Okay, back on the air. Okay, well. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do today? Kill my bird. Bird. So, I think we'll start with some Moses comics. Let's start with the Moses comic. So the trick is to avoid repeating the same joke. Someone was talking about Star Wars movies and how they start. They're very similar. So Moses says, decapitalize the force. That's pretty funny. No, it's not. So, I don't think God likes the force. So, grammar. So, I'm mostly a nerd, which is kind of, it's unusual to nerds talk like ignorant people. Usually a nerd doesn't want to be but I'm not afraid of doesn't it sound better? I got some force for you. I don't think it sounds quite the same if he says, I have some force for you. I got some force for you. You capitalize that. Okay, and now we see if God is happy with our offering. So Let's nuke them. Oh, 399. Oh, we take the first 5 decimal digits. Okay. Kine and fat-fleshed, and they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them of the river, ill-favored and lean-fleshed, and stood by the other kine upon the brink of the river. And the ill-favored, lean kine did eat up the 7 well-favored fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke, and he slept and dreamed a second time. And behold, 7 ears of corn came out of one stalk, rank and good. And behold, 7 thin ears, and blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt. Oh, you know what that is? That's the force. Like when they, oh, you know what I'm talking about. If you know Star Wars, they didn't do it at night. I don't think they dreamed at night. Is there anything else that's kind of, that's kind of lame? Maybe my joke was, you get equal value to what you offer. So maybe my comic was. Some of that's more. Maybe my joke was. Missionaries. My dad's talking to him. I wonder if they want to talk to me. So, what if I was a missionary? What would you call my church? The Church of TempleOS. That's pretty lame. The Church of TempleOS. So what was I doing? So, did any of you guys try to make comics and get God to talk? So, yeah, Las Vegas. Did any of you guys try to make comics and get God to talk? What's an image board? What's an image board? I used to have a page or something. Let's go see what's. See? I got pizza. Someone give me fucking pizza. Thanks. What? You couldn't call? Somebody. Couldn't. So, I like circuits. So I have some code scraps. So look here in my source code. I have some symbol schematic symbols, and this I started to make a layout. So it's actually pretty difficult to do this. So I made a program called SimStructure, which did masses and springs. I thought masses and springs were equivalent to resistors and inductors and capacitors. Shut up, bird. Well, as it turns out, it's a little bit harder to. I wanted to make a P-Spice. Let's see what it looks like now.
All my kids love hanging out here because I'm a cool mom. This is the cool house. Yeah, your internet space and... Here's what we do. First, open up X. That's what we have. Specified time and... So, I wanted to make this. I've never seen the modern version, but I've used plenty of circuit simulators. So
maybe someday I'll work on it. I don't think so. I made a program called SimStructure. You can get it from my website. I should document it. You say add/files to TempleOS, then you can download SimStructure. These others are Windows God related. Shut up, bird. The others are random words, random passages. So let's look at some SimStructure. What the heck? Oops. So let's just show you what it can do. So I made this in So I made this in 2001. So let's make a, oh, this is kind of cool. We're going to make a thruster, and let's keep let's try to keep it in the air. Okay, so we say T1 thrust equals T1 saturation thrust is the maximum thrust you can have. We want to keep particle particle 1, I guess, at 10. Okay, so let's watch what happens. How about particle 5? Oh, there's particle 1. We want particle 2. Okay, so so we made a controller. So let's make a PID controller. So let's subtract K sub D times or we'll add plus a negative K sub D times P1 dy. That's the derivative in the y direction. Or we could say speed. I think we can say speed. Okay, so what do we want to do when the ball is going down? I think we want to go, when P1 is going down, we want to go down. What do you think? A little bit? That should, the way you damp is, how about minus P1? Oh, that's P1 speed. You idiot. I meant to say P2 speed. We really want a signed value. Yep. Of course we want a signed value. P2 dy, derivative y. Hey, look at that. So how do we damp the how about Oh no, I don't want to say k. I was going to say proportional number 2. Yeah, okay. That's just... Oh well. You know what I mean. What about angle? No, we don't need angle. KP2 times, how do we get this thing to stop? P1. My instinct tells me that if we want to stop the change in, oh, how about that? We want to stop the change in, I don't know. How about P1 dy minus P2 dy? And if it's wrong, we reverse the sign. I should not be a monkey, but I don't know. What if we... Okay, that's a little better. Let's see if we can damp the oscillation. I have no idea what I'm doing. I think we want the integral. Sometimes, well, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. That's by the way, that's P2 derivative. What if we solve? What should the steady states be? This mass is 1. The mass is, what should the steady state stretch amount to? This mass is 500 kilograms, and force equals kx. This is spring constant 1,000. Force equals kx. 9.8 times 500 is do we have a calculator? Oh, there's a calculator. It's 4.5 or 4 point whatever it is. 9.8 times 500. 4.9 4.9. Okay, so 10 minus 4.9 is 5.1. Times 5.1 minus P2 dot Y. So that should be the equilibrium. Am I right? Am I right? So I think we want this very small. Actually, we have to drive the steady state. I equals ten minus P2 dot Y. We have to make it a type 1 system. We have one integrator. We have to drive the steady state error to 0. I think we might want to do the opposite. I don't know. Okay, enough of that. I failed. Okay, enough of that. Oh, my dad's on the phone. That could be why the phone's not working. Yeah, thermodynamics. So, so that was my physics program. I thought that if I could integrate masses and springs, I should be able to integrate circuits, but it's a little bit harder. Anyway, let's go do some Moses comics. Someone was talking about missing teeth. Sometimes I delete poor quality Moses comics. Like some of these might get deleted. So let's do another Moses comic. Okay, so the reason this is supposed to be funny is I don't really know much about Jews. That much. I don't know that much about Jews. But so Benjamin Benjamin seems like a pathetic tribe to me. Why do I say that? Because I don't know. What? Okay, so Nukem 97394. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, but let the rich in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. For sin is no sooner risen with the burning heat, but it withereth the grass, and the flower thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashion of it perisheth. So also shall the rich man fade away in his ways. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which is the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say, when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away with his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Okay, so what do I do with this comic? I didn't know that I... Okay, so that was pretty cool. So, you're supposed to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. And you should have a history with God. You can see how when I'm 90 years old, I can look back at this day and think about SimStructure and God. So you should have a history with God. Where did I misspell me? Oh shit. So, let's surf the net, see if we can find anything interesting. Interesting for God to comment on. How big? Is that square? Not quite. Imgur. .640 by 600. Now let's nuke them. Okay, I'm going to use what is this? Bitch. Oops. Oh well. So you think I should do 5? Let me fix that. Okay, fine. I didn't read it. I think we... If you're doing the Bible, then you do 5. Let's see. I hope I didn't confuse God. So Paul went down, fell on him, embraced him, and said, "Trouble not yourself, for his life is in him." And he therefore was come again, and had broken bread, and eaten, and talked a long while, even till break of day. So he departed, and they brought the young man alive. They were not a little comforted. And we went before to ship, and sailed unto Assos, there intending to take in Paul, for so he had appointed, minding himself to go afoot. And when he met us at Assos, we took him in, and came to Mytilene, and we sailed thence, and came next day over against Chios, and the next day we arrived. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to I'm going to fix that. So hotbits is hotbits. So my Bible lines, when it's okay, so let's do this. This is tedious. Oh, you know what I can do? Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, no. This is... Okay, shit. Okay, so that will truncate the string to 5, and it's going to malloc. So now if we say hot bits and we enter a long string, then it truncates to 5. Oops, I have to do one more thing. If okay. So that should fix it. Random hex form. Let's see. Oh, that has a timestamp. Okay. Oh, you know what we can do? Let's do that. Idiot. Okay. So this is your lesson for TempleOS today. So there's no terminator in the field. That means that you can't expand the field. This is the format string when you prompt for a hex digit, hex number. Okay, so this is the prompt, the string that shows up when you prompt. And now we want to undo what we just did earlier. I'm going to okay. Okay, so okay, if we truncate when we prompt, then we don't have to truncate later. So okay. Good enough. Let's reboot. Okay. So now when I do hot bits, 5 digits hex. Uh-oh. What, the truck? Not good. Did I? I forgot to say, %5s. Okay, so you know what, we don't need the 8. I should keep it. We don't need it. Okay. So now if we say hot bits, 5. Okay. Beautiful. Now, okay, we're gonna let that recompile and it regenerates my website and it recompiles. Recompiles. Hello, Sweden. I have a feeling that I'm gonna regret that. What does it say backwards? I don't know. Hello, Sweden. What was I doing? Almost done compiling. So, some people don't believe in God. You can talk to God with, you see this shell script? Go to, if you have Linux, then take this one line, go to a terminal window, and it generates random words. Parade, eclectics, skedaddle, Roderick, control, injunction, stairway, stupidly, chutzpah, briskness, reproaches, buyer, Jacob, Muhammad, Serial, Cashit, professed, Osvaldo, hewers, ingest, Buffalo, Providence, woodenly, reproachments, air institution, loath, adjunct, barbarosis, forbade, Czechoslovakia, smooches. So I'm going to so this shell script you can do in Linux. Uh-oh. So this shell script you can do in Linux. Uh-oh. So this shell script you can do in Linux. Uh-oh. Go to this site. You can go to that site, and it uses this file of words. Just get a word list and then use this shell script. Wicked Israel. Jews are being naughty. Okay, let's do some Moses comics. Okay. What does Moses say? Moses says, I was busy. I forgot. That's kind of stupid. Can't I find something better? I don't know. It's really stupid. That's really stupid. I can't believe how stupid that is. God doesn't like it when you make him look bad. Have mercy, Mr. God. I'm not worthy. You can make fun of me. Okay, we're not using the decimal. We're not using the hex. We're using decimal. Two 26259. We're taking the first 5 decimal digits. And Saul lifted up his voice and wept. And he said to David, Thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil. And thou hast shewed this day how that thou hast dealt well with me, for as much as when the Lord had delivered me into thine hand, thou killest me not. For if a man findeth his enemy, will he let him go well away? Wherefore the Lord rewarded thee good, for that thou hast done unto me this day. And now behold, I know will thou surely be king. Okay. Why can't I read? I don't know. What? Oh, I spelled me wrong. That's where the me is. Also, kind of. Okay, enough of that. I'm just updating my website with the I only changed my my personal files, but I put my personal files into the demo directory, and I want to always keep them correct, so that you can trust that the code I'm executing is the same code that's on the distro. It's okay, looks good. So okay. That's a good question. So there's some people who don't know what hexadecimal is, and I came up with the way of if you take the first 5 decimal digits, then it's easier to explain to a person that doesn't know what hexadecimal is. Anyway, yeah, I was gonna go look at Merkle. God's world is perfectly just. Sometimes I don't think she's awake. Oh well. So let's see if there's any questions at OS Dev that I can answer. Floppies. I used to have floppies. I got rid of them. I don't want. Some people want maximum support, but I want. I don't want old code. I'm more worried about the future than the past, and I don't know why you would want floppy support. I don't use the ATA interrupt for this very reason. I do synchronous I/O, so I don't use the Good luck. Good luck trying. Shut up, bird. Good luck with that. It's either 14 or 15, I guess. Interrupt 14 or 15. But if you're doing port I/O like I'm doing, then the odds are it will be interrupt 14 or 15. If you're doing PCI interrupts, it's a lot harder. But I'm not doing a PCI interface, I'm doing a port I/O. So if you're doing port I/O like I do, then it probably would be interrupt 14 or 15. But why take chances? I get by without being susceptible to wrong interrupt. If you want to see my ATA hard drive driver, so I don't use interrupts. I stay in a loop where I yield the CPU to the next task. This is actually a function call. It's Holy C, so you can't tell. It's a function call to yield the CPU to the next CPU. As a matter of fact, I can do I can yield the CPU 4 million times a second. That saves registers and then loads new registers. That saves registers and then loads new registers. God, I hate that bird. So I can so when I call yield, it saves a context and then it restores a context. And because I'm identity mapping, I don't mess with page tables, and I don't mess with ring. Mine is ring 0 only. So in order to change tasks, all I have to do is remove breakpoints that might be there if you're debugging, and restore and save and restore the registers. So that's why I can change tasks 4 million times a second. Linux can probably do 10,000 times. I can do 4 million. I'm just guessing. So that my technique for doing synchronous I/O is to yield and stay in a loop. And so what I do is I check until the disk is ready. Anyway, so it's synchronous, not asynchronous. So I'm not vulnerable to wrong interrupt number. Those people have to worry about getting the right interrupt number. I don't know. They're being retarded. God said 640 by 480. these. One of the problems is without GPU support, you probably don't want to do more than 640 by 480. Without GPU support, you don't want to do more than 640. Okay. We should do some Moses comics or something. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Yeah, I should sacrifice the bird. I think God would actually be happy. Let's ask. I'm not going to, but God, do you think I should sacrifice my bird? Then I can get rid of all that shit in my room. Bird's not happy. What? Not talking about you. What are you looking at? Over Israel. And all the Philistines came to seek David, and David heard of it and went down to the hold. The Philistines also came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. David inquired of the Lord, saying, Shall I go up to the Philistines? Wilt thou deliver them into my hand? And the Lord said unto David, Go up, for I will doubtless deliver the Philistines into thy hand. And David came to Baal-perazim and smote them there, and said, The Lord hath broken forth upon my enemies before me, as the breach of waters. Therefore he calleth the name of that place Baal-perazim. And there they left their images, and David and his men burned them, and the Philistines came and So this is talking about in his hand, and well, it's kind of like David killed something in his hand. No, we're not going to sacrifice my bird. Be nice. I don't like that bird. Oh, the radio.
Tap the screen to support what you'll be listening to next. Wherever you browse on our site, the audio continues uninterrupted. Colors, I can feel they're mine and they're important to me. Real, not real. Don't you see that doesn't even matter? Now you see, Mrs. Standard, this is precisely the kind of behavior I was worried about. Jerry, if you could only hear yourself, you would see you're not well. And I'm afraid that without treatment, you will only get worse. Listen to your wife, Jerry. I'm sorry, but I need to go. I'm very tired. I think I need to lie down. Oh my God, it's happening again. Please just leave me alone. I just need to rest. That's your condition, sweetie. Jerry, not you. Jerry, darling, don't leave. I just need some rest. I'm so sorry, Doctor. I don't know what's gotten into him. Not to worry, Mrs. Steinberg. It's only natural for Jerry to be anxious about treatment at first. But he'll come around. You'll see. You will make sure he takes the medication, won't you? Of course, Doctor. I just want him back to normal.
Fuck you. The radio always talks to me. You didn't think I was crazy, did you? The radio always talks to me. You didn't think I was crazy. Let's see if God has an answer.
To physics. My name is John Mander, and my brother is Nate Maringer. The main motivation of Sprite was to help us be more efficient farmers. To put Sprite together, you need things spinning right next to parts that absolutely cannot be touching. Sprite is something that can truly be game-changing. In the 1930s, Albert Einstein was obsessed with quantum mechanics. He proposed a thought experiment where, according to the theory, an event at one point in the universe could instantaneously affect another event arbitrarily far away. He called this spooky action at a distance because he thought it was absurd. It seemed to imply faster-than-light communication, something his theory of relativity ruled out. But nowadays, we can do this experiment, and what we find is indeed spooky. But in order to understand it, we must first understand spin. All fundamental particles have a property called spin. No, they're not actually spinning, but the analogy is appropriate. They have angular momentum and they have an orientation in space. Now we can measure the spin of a particle, but we have to choose the direction in which to measure it. And this measurement can have only one of two outcomes.
Okay. So how much would it cost? How many Moses comics to answer the question of spooky action at a distance? So, we're going to go to NIST and how many Moses comics? Cost to learn about God's laughing, spooky action, and okay, so now we're doing 260 260 okay, 127 9260. Okay. I will not do this thing. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. And Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and made him drunk. And at even when he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Job and sent it by the hand of Uriah. Is that the same guy he got killed? To take his wife? Anyway, they're talking about a letter. Maybe he knew not to go someplace or something like that. Was there instant communication? Darn it, I didn't get the joke. So, something new for TempleOS. The last new things for TempleOS were you can do Red C file system on a CD-ROM. If you want Red C file system, you can make a CD-ROM with Red C file system. So we need to get Microsoft to support the Red C file system. How do we go about doing that? I want to command them from God, but maybe we should just ask nicely, and they'll say no, they'll say hell no, and then we'll say fuck you. What? Yeah, goodbye. Okay, let's do a miracle. When in doubt. This is how you do a miracle. Okay, so So a lion. Okay, so we're going to take the first five decimal digits. You want to, which one do you want to do? Let's do this one. Random.org. 75344. Lions, and I will cut off thy prey from the earth, and the voice of thy messengers shall be no more heard. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey depart not. The noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses, because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and the families through their witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame, and I will cast abominable filth on thee, and make thee vile. Okay, so cut off. Cut off is what a bartender does. Drunk driving causes of horses libation. Okay. So that was pretty normal. Shut up, Bird. Shut up, Bird. So you guys do a comic, and then God will respond. you get equal value to what you offer, equal love. So you can go to this website and you hit run. Oh, you're welcome. For person studying the source code. I hate cout because and it's really verbose, and I like printf a lot better than cout. I think there's no comparison. I like that. I like this. But if the ocean is curved, how do you hit somebody? If the earth is curved, how do you hit a, it has to be something in the air. But that's good. It's good to hit something in the air. You know that there's a do you know that the big eyebrow electrical engineer who shocks himself One time he made a rail gun. It was he makes videos. I don't know what his name is. Anyway, this is physics. Maybe Physics Girl likes this topic. You like railguns, Mr. God, Mr. God. Okay, we're going to, I guess let's do, you want to do decimal or hex? Let's do NIST, I guess. This is the normal one that I use. It's proven random numbers. It's certified. There's a certificate. You can if you enter the time, then you can check the number that I claim to have received. Once every, oh shit. Once every minute they post a batch of numbers. The king hath bound the strong man, and they saw his vessels taken from him, and cleansed and made meet for thy honor, and become serviceable for the Lord unto every good work. But when that man of thine Simplicanus related to me this of Victorinus, I was on fire to imitate him. For this very end he related it. But when he had subjoined also how in the days of the Emperor Julian a law was made whereby Christians were forbidden to teach the liberal scientists or oratory, and how he obeying this. Okay, well, it's about vessels and on fire. And then you guys might want to imitate doing comics and getting offerings, or doing offerings and getting responses. Shut up, bird. I hate that bird. You want to do circuits, Mr. God? Physics girl likes circuits. Oh, hold on a second here. What's your favorite circuit, Mr. God? That's a good question. Maybe he'll answer. $760. The commencement of the present disturbances to 141,800 pounds. In this account, however, the revenue of Maryland, of North Carolina, and of all of our late acquisitions, both upon the continent and in the islands, is omitted, which may perhaps make a difference of 30 or 40,000 pounds, for the sake of even numbers. Therefore, let us suppose that the revenue necessary for supporting the civil government of Ireland and plantations may amount to a mill. A million. A mill. Okay, I'm gonna take a break and get some food.